'Cause you're my fellow, my guy. Hand me your Stella and fly. By the time I'm out the door, you tear a man down like Roger Moore.
Hello and welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack. Today I'm here with the lovely
James.
James!
Yeah, hello. Right.
All the way
I forgot
from
who I was.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, you didn't realise that I do that in every video. I just
no.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
James, and where are you from?
England.
England.
Aston microphones.
And yeah, it's great. And we just invited you off the street. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Just walked in.
Yeah, just beard envy. I was stricken with. Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. But really, let's get to it, man. James, I've known of for a long time. If you want to know more about his company, we've done another video. Which can I point to it, Chris?
Yeah.
By the way,
much more professional video than this one.
Yeah, much more professional already. So if I point here, click on that, and then you'll be able to see a bit more where you talk to Brad, my friend in the store, and we talk about the company. But we're here today. This is before a product's even come out. And what is the product?
It's a new microphone called Aston Stealth.
And I heard a little bit about it, but I've deliberately stayed, oblivious, which I normally am. So the idea is that you're going to tell me about it, please.
Okay, so the whole thing. So the concept started in that we wanted to go into a different kind of market than the condenser microphones. We wanted to broaden our horizons a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something that's good for broadcast, for live, for studio, for gaming, for whatever you want to use it for.
Yeah.
Really, the world's most versatile mic was the goal of it, and this is kind of what we've ended up with.
I know, it's really good. I deliberately didn't even want to look at it too much because you sent me a picture of it and it looks so cool. I'm sure there'll be like sweepy over stuff, Chris, yeah?
And this is a prototype. The production unit's going to be with us in about 2 weeks. So you guys are seeing it before anybody else. So there are some labels, important labels missing off the bottom here. But apart from that, it's all working and it's all how it will look. It's beautiful. So it's actually a dynamic microphone, moving coil. But not like an SM58 type of thing. It's more like a 7B or a EVRE20, something like that. So it's a really high quality studio microphone. It'll easily compete with any condenser mic out there. And the idea was to make something that was truly versatile, because you don't have all the same problems as you have with condensers with dynamics. You can use them easily on stage and they won't feed back, that kind of thing. So what have you got in this microphone? Well, we did a bunch of blind panel testing like we did with all of our mics to develop it. And what came out of that was that people were choosing different voicings for different applications. So we've ended up with 2 vocal settings on here. Now, when we did the testing, what we found was that in general, on female vocals, one voice was being chosen all the time by this panel of, blind tests with 92 producers and engineers. And the same mic that was chosen as best for the female vocals was worst for the male vocals, and vice versa. So the one that was picked top for male vocals was coming out worse for female vocals. Now, of course, what we're not saying is, that's a setting for women and that's a setting for men, because it's very, there's a lot of diverse.
But these were 92 people objectively just hearing audio.
Yeah, and it wasn't pitch. It wasn't about where the frequency or anything like that. It's more to do with timbre, the actual texture of the vocal. But so basically, we've got 2 vocal settings here, and the idea is, try out the one that works best for you. But V1 was the one that was most often chosen for male vocals. V2 was the one that was most often chosen for female vocals. So we put both of those on here. There's also, which is even more contentious, there's a guitar setting on here. So we did Spanish guitar, distorted electric guitar, like overdriven stuff, and 2 different acoustic guitars. And the panel chose, and all of the sample files were completely jumbled up. It was totally blind listening tests. They chose the same sound for every type of guitar, which really surprised us. So basically we've gone, okay, well, fair enough. So there's obviously one that's really good for various different types of guitar. So that's gone on there as well. And then we put a kind of vintage setting on there, which is like, it sounds more like a ribbon microphone. It's really sort of dark and smooth, and it's great for jazzy stuff, or if you wanted to use it on something like sax or, kick drum would be really good as well. So you've got effectively 4 different microphones in one in this chassis. The other thing that you've got in here as well, so you think about things like the SM7B or the EVRE20, you need an external mic preamp for that, right? So you need a cloud lifter, is what people normally sell with a 7B.
Yeah.
Right? So this has got a Class A mic pre built into it. So it works as a passive mic. You just plug it in and use it as a dynamic. But the Class A mic pre, if it detects phantom power as being fed through the XLR cable, it'll automatically boot up the mic pre inside, and then you get all that headroom and that lovely high-end sparkle and everything as well. And you get the same 4 different voices on there that you can actually select between as well. So.
And that turns on some lights as well.
Yeah,
That's how simplistic my brain is. Hopefully we'll cut to a picture or some...
Yeah, because I've got it plugged in.
Yeah, exactly. When we play it, got some lights, but also I think that's such an important feature.
What, the lights?
The lights, yeah, that's it.
The purple LEDs, I mean, it's the holy grail.
Because my experience with using those mics you mentioned, you were bang on. It's just even with a decent preamp, I found that I'd often pair it with like a the cloud lift, exactly, in the studio I work in. Always
we did a gain lifting device for a dynamic, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's just clean gain in there, but and I love the fact that it affects all the voices as well. So you've almost, it's like 8.
It's almost like 8 voices.
Yeah,
I mean, when you go from like the vocal 1 setting without the preamp to the vocal setting with the preamp, the tone doesn't change, but you do get that extra headroom and that nice sheen across the top of it as well. So you're getting the best of both worlds, because effectively with the preamp, it behaves like a condenser microphone.
Great. And whereabouts, I mean, it's an incredible... it really is a hefty bit of kit. That's what I was excited. I saw the pictures and you brought it, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad it's big. I'm glad it's got some weight in there.
Yeah.
Whereabouts do you make these?
In the UK.
Right.
Yeah, so like all of our microphone products, it's made in the UK. We had a whole bunch of different suppliers, so we've got about 40 different subcontract suppliers for all the components, most of whom are UK based, and then the whole thing is built in the UK.
And a little bit more, I mean, we can't open it up, but a bit more about how you're switching in between those capsules. So when this is turning, just so I can picture in my mind.
It's like cogs and pulleys and sort of cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So basically, this twist switch ring here is attached to a cog on the inside, and that cog has got a little notch on it, which is attached to a switch on the PCB. So you actually twist the inside of the chassis, and then it changes between the different settings. And they're actually separate circuit paths on the PCB. It's not just adding EQ or something. Right. So it's actually 4 different microphones within one. The other thing I didn't tell you about as well is the shock mounting. So we've got this little clip here, so that just goes onto the top of the microphone.
This is really cool, man. This is like the future.
Yeah.
In a simple, if this wasn't futuristic enough, I can't believe no one's thought of this.
This is so simple, right? So you've got a spring clip on the inside of the microphone, and basically that just hooks onto the mic like that. So you can just take it on and off. So when you put that on top of your mic stand, you can take your mic and put it away really easily. It's
one of those things, I spend all day, believe it or not, I do work in a studio, doing engineering stuff all the day, and I'm screwing, I just thought I had a lifetime of just doing that.
Yeah, and forget to take the cable out and winding around the stand, that kind of
exactly,
stuff.
Man, and you've just cured it with that. But inside there's a shock mount.
Exactly. So there's no need for an external shock mount with this, because we've done. That's another unique. I mean, there's so many world's firsts on this product. You know, the mic pre, the auto detect phantom power. That's a world's first. But inside, basically, the capsule, there's a counterweight in there. There's like a ballast weight. It's like mass loading a speaker or something. So the capsule is mass loaded.
That adds to that weight, because
it's a quarter of a kilo, just the weight inside it. But it's not in there to make it heavy. It's in there to mass load the capsule, so the capsule's got something to push back against. So it makes the capsule perform better. But that whole system and the electronics and everything are suspended in midair on the inside of the chassis. And there are 3, I can't do it otherwise. Yeah. There are 3 points on the chassis where these Zorbothane balls touch the chassis and hold the inside. Zorbothane's like this man-made polymer rubber thing, which is specifically designed for acoustic purposes. Yeah. So it's completely isolated from the outside world. No need for a shock mount. And this thing's actually got a brake on it as well. So when it's on the stand, you just basically pull the mic down and it'll stay where you leave it. So you can really quickly and easily angle the microphone without having to kind of undo the thumb nut.
Where did the idea for this come? Where did you start off? Where did it come to? Because you've got, at the moment, I love about your company is that you haven't got loads of mics out there. You've been, how many years have you been going?
3 years now, yeah.
3 years, and like I said, check that other video, it's lovely to...
3 years, 3 mics.
3 years,
so
3 mics.
So we're going to year 4, this is our 4th one.
Exactly, you haven't spread too thin, but this is... And it's with such established types of mic in maybe what people are conceiving of this type of microphone, how did you
what's lovely about our company is that we don't have this kind of linear approach to doing stuff. So we'll start off, with a plan, like we want to kind of do something like this, but it's not this really defined. I think most manufacturers go in and they've got it all laid out how it's going to be. We start with a basic idea, and then because of the panel testing we do, things get thrown up. So we never started out to do 4 voices on this thing. And it's like, okay, so these people are telling us that we actually need to do different voices for different applications. So let's do it. Nobody's done that before on a dynamic mic like this, you know. And then we kind of came across the problem with the cloud lifter. You know, if you get an SM7B or an EVRE20 or all of those kind of things,
It's a real thing.
it's not the cost of the mic. You've got to stick another 150 quid on it for a gain lifting device to actually get the thing to work the way you want it to in the studio. Fine for live, but not in the studio. So, okay, well, let's see if we can build one in. And all of that stuff that we've done, we've still kept the price point down to less than all of the major competition. So, and built it in the UK. So the thing's 299 quid.
Smashed it. It's incredible,
It's
man.
beautiful as well, isn't it? It's
And
just
even with my
gorgeous.
clammy hands, just a little mark. This is going to
Yeah, it
be the
doesn't mark
finish.
up. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't get. It's really great. That's another thing. This material here, anything because that thing with the SM7. Do you have it on with the windshield or not? You know?
Yeah. Well, this is fixed in, so you can't remove it, but you don't need to. I mean, with the SM7, basically, when you take the windshield off, it does brighten up the sound a little bit, which is why people take it off. But you don't need to because you've got all the voice patterns on this thing.
I love that, and you've integrated that into your other. We've got another one in the corner.
So this
there.
is perfectly set up, so you won't need a pop shield with it. You don't need a shock mount. You don't need a pop shield. It's it's a stunning looking mic. I've got to say.
It's great.
Really pleased with
so,
that.
for the rest of the day, thanks for coming. This is before you see this video, as you know, we're filming it now. But we're going to go and try to test this out.
Yeah.
So what you say with some singing, some guitar playing.
Absolutely. See what it sounds like on the vocals, different guitars, all sorts of stuff.
Exactly. And when we get full production models, I'm sure that we'll adopt it and do more videos as it comes out. But thanks I really appreciate you, man, coming and giving us the skinny on this.
Cheers, man.
On this full fat microphone. Yeah, mate. Let's hear this thing.
Meet you downstairs in the bar and heard your rolled up sleeves and your skull t-shirt. You say, what did you do with him today? And sniff me out like I was Tanqueray. 'Cause you're my fellow, my guy. Hand me your Stella and fly. By the time I'm out the door, you tear a man down like Roger Moore. I cheated myself like I knew I would. Yeah, and I told you I was trouble, and you know that I'm no good. I cheated myself like I knew I would, and I told you I was trouble, and you know that I'm no good.
Hello, welcome to this part of a video on the Stealth by Aston mics. You're going to see me. Well, I'm sorry, you've got to see me. It's a shame for everyone involved. I'm sorry, Chris, in the corner. But we're going to flick through the 4 different capsules in here, and you're thinking, oh, speaking to the microphone, Jack, but the camera's over there. I get it. But hopefully that gives you an idea of its off-axis rejection, which is another. You see, I turn away. Oh, it's gone. I'm hearing that in cans. Hopefully you're feeling that as well. And that's really useful if you're trying to isolate what's around the microphone in loud environments, podcasting, singing. This is on a guitar cab and you've got a drum and drums next to it. This will block everything out to the side, so it's very directional, and we're going to hear that. So I'm going to sing some stuff. Let's just check which capsule we're on. This is V1 capsule, and I'm going to start off with a bit of Ray LaMontagne. Feels like a gig, just me and you, Chris. Here we go. Oh, mama, don't walk away. I'm a goddamn sore loser, and I ain't too proud to stay. But I'm still thinking about you. I'm so lonesome without you. I can't get you out of my mind. Oh, mama, don't walk away. I'm a goddamn sore loser, and I ain't too proud to stay. But I'm still thinking about you. I'm so lonesome without you. I can't get you out of my mind.
Oh, mama, don't walk away. I'm a goddamn sore loser, and I ain't too proud to stay. But I'm still thinking about you. I'm so lonesome without you. I can't get you out of my mind. Oh, mama, don't walk away. I'm a goddamn sore loser, and I ain't too proud to stay. But I'm still thinking about you. I'm so lonesome without you. I can't get you out of my mind. Okay, just a little bit. Just want to touch on the stealth. I think a really great application for this is anyone doing some spoken word or podcasting. Really big growth area. A lot of these features lend its use to that application. So I'm just going to say the same phrase in there. No dodgy singing from me, just a bit of spoken word. So this is V1 on the stealth. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. 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 The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Pick G. B2. You are V2. Hi, it's Jack here again. Thanks to James for coming down and showing us the new Stealth from Aston. We're going to be having a load of videos go up about this mic because we've been lucky enough for Aston to give us an exclusive on it. So check out other videos on there. We've got Meg singing through them. Pete's going to be playing some guitar through there as well. And just also, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. Also, if you don't like what we're doing, I'm fine taking the heat on the internet. I really do read your comments, and everyone here reads them. We're trying to get these videos better, so thanks for coming along on the ride with us. All the best.